Yeah, we've got that one too. First pressing, even. You're listening to Vinyl Community Podcast.
Freestyle. What do we have next on tap? Oh, Record Store Day. So we just had a Record Store Day, right? Thanksgiving or Black Friday edition. I did not partake this year. I was out of town doing my thing. There was no way I was going to get permission to go stand in line at a record store during my little holiday. So, but I know others on the panel have. Who wants to go first? Let's talk about the experience. Let's do pickups in the freestyle, but at least let's talk a little bit about, how did it go? How did it go?
Well, I have some comments on this. So I had an interesting Thanksgiving, although a good Thanksgiving. I had an allergic reaction to something at dinner. So I wound up, this is my backstory. I wound up taking 2 Benadryl and going to bed very early. So Friday I woke up around 4 a.m. and I said, today's Record Store Day. So I did something for the first time in the history of my Record Store Day experience. I went and waited online, but not at 4 a.m. I waited till a reasonable hour. And I got online probably like 8:30, 8:35 at one of my local stores. The line wasn't too bad. And I was like, all right, I'm really doing it. I'm with the people. I'm going to wait online like a madman. There's nothing here that's going to sell out before I get to the counter. And you know why I'm doing this. And so the store opens, we get through the line, keep on moving in the store because it's wrapped around outside. And by the time I go, I turn around and there's like another 15 people maybe that got online after me. I was like, I just could have showed up an hour later and not waited in the cold. The other thing that I was mad about this at first because I thought it was a slap in the face for Black Friday, but then I realized it was probably beneficial. I can't believe that Taylor Swift did an exclusive with Target like 2 or 3 years after she was the Record Store Day ambassador. I was like, what the hell is that about? But then I realized that's why the line was so short, because nobody was online for Taylor at an independent store, so I could get right in. So now I'm actually a fan of the biggest RSD releases should be Target exclusive, so everybody in the mainstream just goes that way, and everybody wants to shop at the indie store. That's an easier morning.
Dang, dude, she is helping out the vinyl community more than we even knew. Because at first it was like, I talked to you about it. You're like, Taylor Swift, damn her. Why is she going to go, do a Target exclusive? And now you're right, dude. She was absolutely thinking ahead. We need to shorten the lines, guys. She's just going to continue to innovate Record Store Day.
And I had to tell my daughter that I wasn't a good enough dad to go wait online in Target because I had to go to Record Store Day. That was another negative about it.
Did you wake your wife up and say, can you go stand in line at Target?
You wanted me to be breathing. I made the right choice and let her sleep. But anyway, that got released online anyway a couple of days ago on the Target website.
Where'd you go? Because you're in the New York area, right? So what store did you go to?
New York.
Yeah, so I go to Dark Side Records. Well, there's 2 I can go to, one in Connecticut, one in New York. But I go to Dark Side Records, which is in Poughkeepsie, which is upstate for me. It's like 45-minute drive maybe. And they're great. Record Store's a big event for them. Like, they do it right. They always have a great allotment. They never really sell out of stuff too often. They hold back a bunch of great used records that they put on their grail wall, and a lot of people actually wait online for that stuff rather than the releases. That's what you find. They print out like menus of everything they have. A lot of times they have live music or other kind of giveaways, and they make it more of like a small business community thing. They'll have some other local organizations or stores have like tables in their shop to like cross promote. So, and the staff is great. And I scoop some stuff from Jose and ship some stuff from, to Jose.
Good.
You get those?
Good.
I
don't have to talk about it.
The U line.
Yeah, I know. I used a pretty decent mailer from the store, so.
Love it.
That'll be an extra $15.
Like, for me, I don't get to the stores as often as I like, so it's a good excuse for me to get out there and kind of support the stores that like always have your back when you need something and whatnot. And I even like talked to some dude in line next to me the whole time. We were just talking about hip hop releases and stuff that were coming out, and he drove like an hour and a half for it. It's like a big day for him, so it's cool to kind of get that feeling back. But I wasn't disappointed at all. It was good. It was a good day.
Very cool. Very cool. Arnaldo, you were there for Record Store Day, right?
I did, but I took my time. Unlike the main event where I'd like to be early in line, I think we got there 45 minutes after the store opened. I go to my usual spot for Record Store Day, High Fidelity, in Long Island. And there was no line. I walked right in. There were maybe a handful of people in the store and walked out with everything that I wanted.
Nice.
Oh, but on the way there, stopped at the local Target down the street. No one there. It was dead. I walk upstairs, grabbed the Taylor Swift from the end cap from the display, and I walked out. So on the way to Record Store Day, made a quick stop at Target. So I got two birds with one stone.
That's way too easy, Arnaldo.
There was no one crowding around to get the Taylor Swift at the store that I went to. I do have to say it wasn't your conventional Target. In New York, we have the Target Express in New York City, which are not full Targets. But for some reason, and that store does not typically stock media except for a couple of books. They even had a display with the CDs and the record. So this was like a big affair for Target, where even stores that typically don't carry media were carrying it.
Well, even like when I saw it on my social media feed, there's a Target like 15 minutes south of me, and somebody was like sold out. Like they were taking pictures of an empty end cap. So I'm like, I'm not even going to bother with this. Like, so that's a great find that you just able to roll up and grab it and beat their normal Black Friday crowd at Target.
Yeah, well, again, I think most people don't go to the Target Express because they don't have your TVs and your big electronics. They just have a very reduced inventory of those kind of things. So I guess there was really no one in the Target at, I think it was 8:30 in the morning. There was hardly anyone in there.
Did you know in advance they were going to have the Taylor Swift?
Actually, I checked real quick in the morning before heading out, and I noticed that it said in stock at the store close to me. So I just walked over and I got it. Not walked over, on the way there.
You got it too easy, man. It's like walks right up, pulls a Taylor Swift, no problemo. That goes to his local RSD, 5 people in the store, gets everything he wants. Wow, man.
And I'm sure there was a line at opening, but the things that I wanted, they were going to be in large quantities, except for one release, maybe 2 releases. But everything else, they had plenty of.
That's
at least for the titles that I was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a true Black Friday unless somebody gets trampled at the entry. But I mean, hey.
I'm not even sure what the big release. I'm not even sure what the big anchor was on the list. It seems like there's 1 or 2 titles that like everybody's going to seek out. I don't get that impression on this Black Friday. I guess because the Taylor again was at Target. But I mean, was there one, Arnaldo, that you think that?
I'm trying to think, what was the release that everybody wanted? I don't know how many people ended up buying the reissue of Guts, the Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh yeah,
but I think that could have been a reason why people went there. I know there was a Doors box set, and I don't know. There is one item that I think I got the second to last copy of that I'll reveal afterwards. So it was a pretty sought after.
Okay.
There you go, teaser. What about you, Jay?
I showed up late to my local record store, and while I'm waiting in line, Concert Buddy and Arnaldo here are sending me pictures of what they got for Record Store Day, and sharing that Taylor Swift. I think I was like, getting angry,
Oh, no.
because I'm waiting in line, like, what the hell's going on? Then I'm thinking, I've done this wrong. I should have went to Target first and then go to the local record store and wait in this line. I've done this wrong. But I was talking to a few people next to me, and one guy, he really wanted that Modest Mouse, that the bootleg that Jose wanted, that's officially out on vinyl. luckily, like when I finally 2 hours later, I'm in the store. 2 hours later, keep that in mind. I'm going through the boxes, and this lady who's ahead of me, she pulls out the last copy of the Modest Mouse, and just she's sort of observing it, and then she puts it back, and I'm like. Then I asked the guy behind me, the one I've been talking to for 2 hours, we've been having a great conversation. What is your name? And he's like, my name is Alex. And I take the Modest Mouse record and well, Alex, this is your day. And I give him the record, and he looked like he was about to cry right there and then, and it was the last copy.
Look at that.
So this is what it's supposed to be,
I love it. I was starting to have deja vu for a second of The Cure, but you didn't pass the cure on, I noticed.
I had a similar story. The guy I was talking to, there was one release we were both going for, and I'm close with one of the guys who works at the store, so I texted him. I'm like, hey, how many of these do you have? And he's like, we have 3. I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, listen, you're ahead of me, so if you get it, it's all good. He's like, no, I'm going to pass it to you. So he got to the counter, and he's like, how many of these do you have left? And they're like, oh, we have 2. And we both high five. We're like, yes.
Yay, we don't have to kill each other today.
Yeah.
Cool, man. What about you, Jose? Any oh no, we already talked. Did we talk? No, you didn't celebrate Thanksgiving. We know that. Did you celebrate Record Store Day, Black Friday?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to 2 local record stores. I bought records. I was there. There was a DJ that I fucking hated the whole time I was there, because he kept playing the weirdest songs ever. He would play Billie Eilish song, and then he would do voice notes that he had for demos of his own music, but they were voice notes. And then a piano ballad, and then an upbeat shit. And I was there waiting for a friend to tell me that he was not in. He was working. He was filming a movie, and he was out. And he told me to buy some stuff for him. It was so fucking annoying, but I had a good time overall. Ate some food.
It was so annoying, but I had a good time.
Right? Doesn't sound like it. I don't know.
No, I had a good. The people that were there, the friends I saw, the records I bought. And and Chris helped me out getting the 2 records that were not going to be here, so that was fun. And that was it. I went home and I ate. What do I eat that day? I think gluten-free pizza that I made, and then that was it.
Ooh, there we go.
Let me chime in here. Let me add this to my story before Jose talks about whatever he ate after Record Store Day. While Arnaldo and Chance were sending me pictures of that Taylor record, I threw up the Target app and was watching the numbers of the Target, of the Taylor record just shrink, go down, down, down. And I'm just waiting in line. I'm I was going to text them back and be I hate you guys. I just hate you guys. How dare you? How dare you? And then I actually went to a Target Express, Arnaldo, and there was nothing. It was empty.
Well, what time did you go there? It was probably too late by that time.
That's right. It was too late because I messed up my Record Store Day. I messed up.
Why the fuck would you go to a Target Express if you're worried? That's
No,
that's
I'm gonna
and going to Arby's. You're not gonna fuck up.
I'm gonna say something. When I threw up the app, the Target app, there was many copies, right? So from my place all the way to where that Target Express was into downtown Austin, within 15 minutes of them having a bunch of copies became 0 copies by the time I came there. Messed up.
How much is a bunch of copies? 100?
No. I think that what do you call it? That display maybe fit, I guess, 50? Maybe 100?
Because it was both sides.
Yes.
So I want to say it was probably 50 records.
It was crazy. I went down there, it was gone, and the Target was ransacked, and I was like, oh man, I did a bad move here. I chose the wrong Target, This was a poor choice. And then I went to another Target, man. I was ready. And I go to that display and there was nothing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I fucked up. Like, this is it. And so I'm like, well, since I'm here, I'll go to the real vinyl area, right? Where they sell the records, the vinyls, according to Jose, next to the book section, And lo and behold, when I was like moving records, there it was. Somebody was hiding it, even though the Target app said there was 0. Somebody was hiding it.
Oh, okay. There we go. It is a happy ending, folks.
Can I
So
add?
then I held it like a quarterback,
You didn't even score with a bag, right? You just wanted to show it to people, like "F you, baby."
Well, I didn't want people to tackle me, or just like some lady just like throwing a shoe at me,
It probably was an employee who was hiding it because they may have been told you can't buy it for some reason, and they were hiding it behind a whole bunch of other ones.
Should have put them behind like the Depends undergarments or something.
Let Jose say what he said in the group chat. Let him say it. What did you say to me, Jose?
I don't remember.
Jose goes, I've broken some little girl's dream.
Oh yeah, he said it.
Oh yeah.
By buying this.
Which is wrong.
I'm surprised that Target has them online right now.
Yes. Well, they could have been holding back.
Can I ask why the fuck is that piece of shit 3 LPs? Does it have like
it's 4.
It's 4.
Yeah, of what? The fuck is that? The Declaration of Independence? What is that shit? What was it?
4 LPs of a Lana Del Rey ripoff. That's what.
All right, there you go.
I mean, the back cover says it all. The back cover says it all right here.
Woo! Let me blow you.
Jason, I've been watching a lot of Sex in the City in this house lately, and that's.
This is the face that people get after watching too many Record Store Day YouTube videos. Right here. Ooh,
That's the face of everybody on the Hoffman forums after your shootout.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
That's Mike Esposito after going to see that test pressings of the LA. That's what you get.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
How does it sound? How does it sound, Jason, as you listen to it?
But for real, what does it have? Why is it 4 LPs or 3 LPs?
Because as Chris said, this is so when she dropped the record online, right? Like it had the album, and then like a couple hours later, she drops the other half of the damn record, 16 more tracks. I think it was messed up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when I bought this, I'm holding the Taylor Swift, the anthology 4 LPs. I think 2 of them are clear white, and then the other 2 are. Correct me if I'm wrong, Arnaldo. I think they're grayish or something.
Yes. Wait, you haven't opened it?
Oh, it's open. You want me to show you the records, Jose? Will it make you feel Will it make you feel like this? Oh shit! Damn! Look at this. Woo!
My dick says that shit and it doesn't do anything. But yeah.
Thank God for the freestyle.
Thank God.
Jeez.
Well, since the freestyle, I'll tell something even funnier, right? So, I only wanted 3 items at my local, right? And one of them was the Tegan and Sarah, right? Tegan and Sarah, the 20th anniversary of So Jealous, right?
This has it been 20 years since that came out? Yes. What the hell, dude?
What would you describe as an emo?
No. Remember what JoJo Siwa said. It's lesbian pop.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the other record I wanted, they didn't have it. And then I asked the owner, "Hey John, do you have this record?" And he looks at me and he goes, "It's your lucky day," And he pulls it out, and it's like the last copy. Somebody had returned it. They didn't want to know how to reassemble a bomb. This is the U2 RSD.
Quick, what's the name of the other 2 motherfuckers in that band nobody knows?
Larry Mullen and Adam Clayton knows.
There you go.
What the hell's wrong with you, bro?
I just want to know. I don't remember.
Man, Jose thought he could get me. He thought he could be like this. Right? He thought he could get me. Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah.
And these are sort of like the demos or sort of outtakes, and they're raw. This actually reminds me of Boy, like that rockin' era.
Count in Spanish?
Oh, cool.
Do they count in Spanish on that one as well?
No, for you, Jose, uno, dos. What is it, everybody? There we go.
I till this day, I don't understand that shit.
So, and then the other one was I got something for my kids, so hopefully she'll enjoy that. But these are the ones I bought. This is it. Curse Arnaldo and Concert Buddy for making me hunt for this. Hate them.
I mean, at that point, you were so disgruntled, dude. You either had to find one of those, or you were probably going to take out some little girl. That would have been even worse.
That's probably what happened, but we don't know.
Oh man, I swear when I had this in my hands, I was like super nervous. I was like, man, is some lady gonna beat me up or something? Just because I was like, I had to like make sure I flipped it like this, like, oh shit. This shouldn't have been in there. Like the hell.
That's funny, dude. Well, not only did you ruin some little girl's dreams, whoever had stashed that, the person that works at Target, they're like, no. According to Arnaldo. All right. Who's next? Who wants to go now? Who's ready? Chris, Arnaldo? You show off some of your record store day booty.
I can go.
What am I? Chop shit? What is it?
Well,
dude, I got to give you plenty of room to stretch out. So guess what? You're going to have to wait.
Oh, yeah.
So let's start off with the things that I had set out to get, which weren't a lot, which is the Stevie Nicks single.
Oh, that's right. That's cool.
And then I had to get the Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand. Actually, not too many people know that this is the original cover with Paul McCartney smoking. It was removed afterwards.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, I didn't know. So that, and then, of course, I also got the U2. And then I'm a big fan of Billie Eilish, so I had to get the isolated vocals version of the album. And I'm glad actually she put this out because there is a lot of work on the vocal arrangements on this album. And I think this showcases her vocal abilities and all the arrangements on the record that don't normally come out once you don't notice it. And
is that like a cappella?
Yeah, let's say it's a cappella. They're only on a few tracks. There are a few beats that were left, but it's mostly just the vocal parts.
Got it.
And then this is the other item that I was set out to get, and I bought the second to last one because Jose was teasing me about it, and I had to get, as a Beatles fan, the carrying case with the 3-inch single, which probably I'll never listen to. But
have you put, well, at least the case, it's useful for the other ones that came out.
Well, no, because the version that came out in April, the turntable already had the carrying case. So I don't get the whole point of issuing another carrying case because it could have easily fit in the other one.
Wow.
And while I was there, I picked up a couple more, which were not scheduled, that I did not intend, but kind of like, impulse buy. A friend of mine asked me, hey, if you can find the CD version of the Ultravox album, Lament, can you pick that up? And I did. I found it there. He had one copy, but I also ended up getting a vinyl copy for myself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that one. I do like Ultravox.
I don't even know what that band is.
Okay. They're before your time, Jose.
Most things are.
Who's never heard of Ultravox?
I've heard the name like 1,000 times, but no.
Okay. Dancing with Tears in My Eyes is probably the most important song, like their most popular song, and it's on that album. As well as, the other song that is...
But isn't that like the famous record that George Martin produced? I thought so, right? Or is it the next one?
Think so. I don't think it was George Martin produced. No. But this is the Steve Wilson remix. Yeah, what's the other song that's on here that I don't remember the other song. Oh, One Small Day. Yeah, that's the other song. Then picked up also the Thievery Corporation. This was, I probably glossed over it when I read the list. and I saw it there, and Walter wanted it, so he's like, "Oh, let's get this." So haven't listened to it yet.
That's cool, man. They have some great music.
And then Garbage put out a compilation of all covers called Copy Paste.
I thought about that.
And
I've seen that band 3 times against my will.
What do you mean against your will?
Like they play a lot here at festivals. So I'm like, another band.
I only saw them once live. They were opening for Blondie, believe it or not.
What are some of the covers on there? What are some? Are there anything?
Oh yeah, no, they're really cool. The covers are they do Starman, Butterfly Collector. Who does Butterfly Collector?
I've never heard of that.
Who's Gonna Ride Your Wild Horses by U2. 13. Song to the Siren by Jeff Buckley. Love My Way, the Psychedelic Verse. Cities and Dust by Susie.
Ooh, Susie, yeah.
Just Want to Have Something to Do. Is that a Ramones song?
What? Which one?
I Just Want to Have Something to Do.
I don't know. Is Butterfly Collector the Jam?
Possibly, yeah, probably. And then Because the Night by Patti Smith. So pretty interesting collection.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. And then while I went to my second store just to see, because they're close by, another store that's in Long Island called Looney Tunes, I just wanted to stop by and see. I already had gotten everything I wanted, but I knew they were also having a sale on some other stuff. And I got a April record store day for half what it was originally. And that's the remix version of Soft Cell's Nonstop Erotic Cabaret.
Ooh, that's cool.
At the time, I didn't pick it up because I thought it was overpriced, and I ended up getting it 50% off at this other store. So,
Arnaldo, how is Looney Tunes? I always see
it's great. Yeah, it's a good store because they're more a new release store, and they also have a decent selection of used records as well. Not very deep, but they have a good selection. So they also have, but if you want new releases, most likely you'll find it there. Yeah.
Got it.
That is
there aren't that many record stores that stock new releases out in Long Island.
Yeah.
So they're a good spot for that. And they do a lot of in-store events. They're pretty well, and they have a very substantial record store day inventory. Like the distributors treat them really well. So, and I used to many years ago. That's where I initially started going. Always ending up being there at 6 o'clock. And as the few years went by, I was finding myself arriving at the same time, but farther back in the line. So I figured, okay, this is no longer a good store. And I discovered Hyphen, or soon, it'll probably be impossible to go because I'm talking about it so much. So.
Yeah, that's true. It sucks, guys. Don't go there. All right. Who's next? Who didn't? Jose's bounced. I know he wanted to go.
I changed places, right?
So, okay, Jay, you didn't go yet, right? Jay, break it down, baby.
No. Go to Chris. I'm done talking with record store.
Oh, you went already. Okay, I'm sorry.
No more.
Chris.
Want me to go? I'll go.
Yeah.
So I actually bought 2 non-RSD titles. So I want to highlight those first. So the new Wilco EP came out. I mean, it was released digitally a while ago, but I saw this. I don't know what's coming out on vinyl, and I saw it on my store's end cap on the new releases, so I scooped that. And then an artist that not enough people listen to, I sent this to Rojas. I didn't send anything off this album, but Charlie Crockett put his chapter 2 of $10 Cowboy out, and this is country-ish. It's more like Bill Withers meets like Merle Haggard, and some other flavors in there, but his whole catalog is fantastic. So this got released finally on vinyl, so I scooped that. For RSD, my number one choice that I was really set out to get, and I got it, was the Max Roach Deeds Not Words reissue from Kraft. Unfortunately, this was a bum copy, and my store sold out of it, so I actually contacted Kraft and got to somebody a little bit higher than general customer service, so they're shipping me a new one because it's got some issues on side 1. Was pretty pumped to get this. I haven't listened to this yet, but I got the Isaac Hayes Truck Turner soundtrack. Can't say much about it. I don't know much about it. This I had to get just fun listen. It's cool to get this. I think this is probably available on some deluxe reissues and stuff. It was a standalone of the STP Purple outtakes. Like a lot of demo style early versions of the songs, which is cool to hear. And then there's a full studio version of this Dancing Days cover on here, so that was nice to get.
What is it?
STP Purple, like demos. You don't know that?
That's
before your time.
I love their version of Dancing Days too, man. It kicks ass.
Yeah, it was cool to have that. The next four I was pretty pumped about. So this is a 90s hip hop record. Keith Murray, The Most Beautiful Thing in This World. This is, I think, an exclusive. I don't know why this isn't in print, but this was the record that me and that dude were talking about online, and like he wanted it and I wanted it. But glad I got the last copy. So it's a fun listen. Brought back a lot of childhood memories. These I've enjoyed every RSD they put it out, but the Gil Scott Heron reissues, because trying to get OGs on this stuff is really tough. So I've been scooping all of these up if they haven't done like a proper reissue of it. This is a cool listen. Like the bonus tracks are nice, but some couple like extended live versions on things. But this is a cool album. I just like to get all of his catalog whenever I can. But these two are the gems for me. I remember, I think senior year of college just came out, and it's the Herbie Hancock Possibilities. This is a really, really cool record. So obviously Herbie's a jazz musician, but this is more of a mainstream record. It's all collaboration. So the song with John Mayer on here. Christina Aguilera does Your Song on here, which is a freaking awesome version. For Spinz, Trey Anastasio from Fish is on this record and absolutely crushes it with Herbie. Yes, so I get my Fish mention in there. Annie Lennox does Hush Hush Hush. I think it's a Paula Cole cover. Johnny Lang and Joss Stone, When Love Comes to Town. That was like when Joss Stone was kind of coming up in the early 2000s when this dropped. So this is a fun listen. This is another one. It's like they put it out as an exclusive. I hope they put it out for more people to get, because this is a really cool record that was only on CD. And then this is the sleeper for me. This album came out like 20 years ago. This is the -5 Down with Wilco. This is an awesome record. The original cover was like on CD. It was like a red coloring, a red hue. I forgot how awesome this was. I saw it on the list. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll scoop that. And when they had a couple copies left, so I grabbed it and I revisited this weekend a couple of times. I highly recommend this to everybody, even if you don't get the RSD release. Like, give it a stream. It's a really fun record. A little bit of Beatles in there, a little bit of Beach Boys, a little bit of Birds, but like a modern twist. And obviously Wilco's the backing band, so that's always a plus. So it was my RSD haul.
Cool. So you got two, so to speak, two Wilcos this RSD. That's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wanted to answer to KRWD.
Okay.
On the Billie Eilish. I was actually shocked how quiet it is. Unlike the album that came out earlier in the year, Hit Me Hard and Soft, where the pressings are a little hit or miss. This one, for being such a quiet record where you're basically only hearing the vocals, it is drop dead silent. I was shocked how quiet it is. If you like it and you are interested, you should get it. I don't know what Mike Ingrid is referring to. I know he did a review when the album came out earlier in the year, and he said yes, that it doesn't sound so great, but not this one. The isolated vocals sounds fantastic. At least my copy, I had no issues whatsoever.
So Arnaldo, I know we were exchanging messages because my daughter likes Billie Eilish, and you were really like pressing on the vocals here. So I listened to the actual album on headphones Friday or Saturday night, and I kind of regret not scooping up that vocal mix to pull out, because I can see what you're saying about the layering and the production, and I'm like, gosh, this is really creative. There's more to it. So it's a testament to her that she put this out in this fashion. And maybe, I don't know if it was her idea or not, but I
think it was intentional, because I even picked up some other nuances that I didn't pick up on when I listened to the record normally that I can really appreciate. I think she's, vocally, she's a little underrated. She does belt out on 2 songs, but that's not what she's known for. I think it's more the control of her voice and her pitch, which I think is really perfect, because I haven't seen her live. I've seen clips of her perform. I think I don't know if it was Saturday Night Live or if it was Fallon, one of the late night shows, and her vocals were spot on. I had to actually play the regular version because I got tricked. I'm like, this is no way. This sounds too close to how the vocal is. That's how perfect it was. And then when I compared one phrasing, I was like, no, she added something extra that this has to be her singing. So that's why plus I'm a fan of the album. So
yeah. No, it's cool. I'm glad you kind of, it's one thing to say, oh, listen to this, but you gave me a reason. That's what I focus on. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. So I regret not scooping that up.
Yeah, I really hope they repress that or remaster that record. I think it was a missed opportunity. Whoever mastered it, I think they did a very good job. Plus the vinyl is not very quiet. So it's one of those cases where I think I'm enjoying it, streaming it more than I am playing it on record.
Very cool. All right, Jose, it's your moment, baby.
Hello. So I think I had a
great lighting, by the way.
Yes. I think I had like 2 or 3 titles that I really, really wanted. And then I only got 2 that I really wanted, but they were not here. So Chris helped me, and so they're on their way somewhere around the USA. But one of them, yes, it's the Modest Mouse record. They were, very nostalgic releases. I once a year go through like playing records, that when I was younger. And my wife doesn't like Modest Mouse, so I play them while I'm working here at the house or doing some other stuff.
The releases that came out, are they the ones with, do they have any involvement with Johnny Marr when he was in the band?
No, so this was a little bit before. It was about when they released that record, which is called Good News for People That Love Bad News. This is a live record that they released only on CD, and it's a really good one, really, really good one. I've seen them 2 times now live. One was in Madison Square Garden. Another one was here near my house. It was fun. And you know what? I just thought it was great. Somebody did a bootleg version of that record as a lathe cut, and it was selling for like $200 on Discogs. I don't know why. Sometimes bootlegs are like not allowed to be sold on Discogs, but even with the unofficial tag on it, it still was selling for like 200 and something, which was wild. So I'm guessing they found out about that, and they were like, well, let's just press it. And it was pressed in a way that I'm thankful. It was $22 or something like that. No fucking inserts, no color vinyl, just straight up get the record, go play out of your house, have a good time. It sounds good. And everybody's saying it sounds pretty good. And I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? Because it's, I do have some color vinyl. Vinyl Me Please did some stuff. They've done like, I have a pink color variant of their first record, which was one of those, Cancer Awareness Month that they do, which I always try to get. But I'm happy with that. The other one was this fucking Scarlett Johansson record that I've been looking for what is it, a year now? And I'm really happy that they finally pressed it. What seems to be horrible is that it was like $40 fucking bucks. I think it was like 44 when Chris got it, and basically shit inside. But you know what? I'm happy. I just want to get the record. It's a record that I actually do play eventually. When I listen to like Tom Waits, I have that. I think it's around here. That all-female vocal version of Tom Waits. Oh yeah, it is here. This one, Come Up to the House, which I don't know if anybody here knows this record, but it's pretty good. Phoebe Bridgers does Georgia Lee, which is my favorite Tom Waits song. And
when did that come out?
Amy Lee crushes whole
2019. It's pretty good, to be honest. It's pretty. Roseanne Cash is here. Nobody's gonna be happy about that. But Amy Mann.
Does it have Rod Stewart's version of Downtown Train?
I don't. That's a good. Yes, Downtown Train. Yeah.
Yeah, but not by Rod.
Yeah, but not yet. Yeah. No, actually, my mom likes that version. But yeah, it has some. I mean, just Amy Mann and Phoebe Bridgers, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, but every time I hear a song by her, I'm like, you know what? Very pretty stuff. I don't like that there's like now like 100 artists trying to emulate her sound, which is just boring really fast for me. The same thing happens with most, huge artists. I think Billie Eilish sort of has that now. Like people are trying to be like gothic-y, poppy, and it just becomes really lame for me. But she's really good. But the only record store day release I have here right now, it was this one because a friend always get it every year, and the Jazz Dispensary one. So I just got one for myself, I guess. That was it. And for my friend, because he hasn't picked up his stuff, I got this, which it's selling for like $60 now. So fuck it, I guess.
You too, huh? Oh man, woo, Bluey, man. Woo.
I will say that I think that what is it, Baby Shark one and this one, as long as like kids stuff, they're really expensive now. At least for like a 7-inch, right? So that was my record today haul, if you want to call it.
Man, I didn't know you were gonna get that Bluey. I didn't know you were gonna get the Bluey.
Of course. There you go.
That's cool.
Jose, I'm at the register, like where they have the records, and the kid I know that works there, he knows exactly what I listen to. So I do yours first. So I was like, all right, let me get the Modest Mouse. And I'm like, let me get, so he like turns around and I'm like, let me get the Scarlett Johansson. He like pauses and he looks at me. He's like, the what? I go, the Scarlett Johansson. I go, it's not for me. He goes, okay. I'm like, no, it's not.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, I need a separate receipt on those. So he's like, oh, you're really pushing this. I'm like, no, it's really not for me. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying like he knows it's not in my wheelhouse typically.
It's an interesting record. I think if you haven't listened to it, at least stream it. David Bowie sings on it.
Yeah, I will. He just gave me the eyebrow.
Who's in the video for one of her singles? What's the guy's name that did Salman Rushdie? The writer. Salman Rushdie's Satanic Verses. All right. Well, a hugely known writer. I don't know what anybody here knows, but all right. He got shot lately, like a year ago on the eye. Anyways, he's in the video for whatever the fucking reason, which is interesting. But there were the guy from TV on the Radio produced it, and David Bowie sings, and it's all Tom Waits songs except one. I don't know. Give it a try. She's been nominated for a fucking Oscar for a song.
Which one?
It was a documentary on global warming, and she did a song with Josh Ryder, the violin player. I forget his name.
Andrew Bird.
Josh.
The classical. What?
Oh, the classical.
Redman.
Yes, he did. She did a song with, and it was nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song.
You know who did one? Before I got into Tom Waits, one song that came to my attention that I didn't know was a Tom Waits song is on a Paul Young album. Do you know his second album? He does a fantastic version of Soldiers Things.
Oh, all right.
And I love that song.
Well, I think Tom Waits covers in general should be Phoebe Bridgers has a Tom Waits cover. And who else has one that's not in that thing? I don't know, but it's pretty good. It's a good artist to cover, I guess.
This is basically how Jose felt when he bought that Scarlett Johansson record.
Yes.
Listening to Tom Waits right there.
You know what? I will say
he finally got it.
I will say that
you have to put up that other record because then we could comment on what I told Jose afterwards.
Yeah.
Jason, the joke record.
What joke record?
Which record?
Eat out more often?
No, you can't take a joke.
Oh, all right.
When I said it was Scarlett Johansson was a cash grab because they didn't put inner sleeves, they didn't make it a gatefold. It was just let's put it on.
I don't know what the original one was.
It was, yeah.
It was a gatefold.
The original was a gatefold, and it had inserts with the lyrics and the credits.
Wait, that's a reissue? That's
Yeah, it's a reissue. Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know it.
The original one's like $200.
I love.
Does the original have inner sleeves?
Yeah, it has a lot. I used to have. I probably still have the CD somewhere. But it had a bunch of artwork done for it.
Yeah, and
again, she has a lot of. She has a lot of records. She has a Pete Yorn. I have the Pete Yorn record, a Pete Yorn EP, and the Pete Yorn record has a cover of Chris Bell's "I Am the Cosmos," which is really pretty and very beautiful. Again, I think that it was like even in Friends, every fucking actress sings. So why is it weird that Scarlett Johansson sings?
It's find not weird. I didn't know it was going to be critically acclaimed. Like I didn't recognize it was like. No, I'm not being sarcastic.
I don't think it is.
Tell me
it's not critically acclaimed, Chris. It's not.
But it does have a lot of good reviews. I'll say that.
It's not critically acclaimed, but it is Scarlett Johansson.
The tortured Scarlett.
Look, for me, I don't plan to watch any Marvel movies. I don't watch any of that stuff. For me, Scarlett Johansson is Ghost World, basically. So that's like when I think of her, I think of that movie, and that's basically it. And I think of those records, and that's all I'm going to say about that. And that A24 movie, that's pretty good. I don't remember the name of. Under the
you didn't like Lost in Translation? You didn't like that?
Oh, yeah, I have her ass. Right? I have her ass around here somewhere. But yes. Which is a nice ass to have around the collection. I don't remember what else I would know her about. But Ghost World. Anybody here seen Ghost World?
Yes, yes, I've seen it. Yes.
Steve Buscemi, right? Is a 78 record RPM record collector.
He's playing a caricature of Robert Crumb.
Yeah,
right?
Crumb. Yeah.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, you should see that. It's really fun. They're like trying to make fun of him, but they just feel bad at the end because it's just like, well, this guy is sort of nice, but he's a loser.
What's the movie where she just does her voice? Is that called Her or something like that?
Right? Oh, yeah, Her. Yeah, Arcade Fire did the soundtrack for that.
I mean, the best part of Ghost World is the blues hammer scene. That's probably one of the most legendary. If you really love the blues, you're really gonna love Blues Hammer. Yeah.
Well, that and the actual fried chicken thing that they actually exist in the U.S., which is a little shocking. Yeah, it's a good movie. Vinyl collecting movies. That would be one of my top 3.
There's only 3, right?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. Have you ever seen what is it? American Splendor, or the comics? You ever read the comics, American Splendor?
No.
Well, it was a comic strip, and Art Crumb did the artwork for it, and it was all about this guy. He worked at a hospital, and he would do like figure sticks with text on them, and then Art Crumb would actually do the drawings. And he was, as a kid, I was obsessed with David Letterman, like most kids are, and he used to be a regular on the show until he got, Harvey Pekar. He got like pushed out because he was a little loony. But really nice character. He worked there till he fucking died, and a lot of great people did stuff, and they did a movie on him.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I just have to comment on Dana's comment here. The Scarlett Johansson album is better than that Bleep and Cure album. I have to agree with you, Dana. I have to agree with you. I haven't even heard of Scarlett Johansson. I'm ready to stand for that.
Well, it is pretty good. I mean, I haven't listened to the Cure record, by the way. But yeah, check it out. If anybody here is interested, don't buy it. Just fucking stream it or something. I don't know.
Because it doesn't have inner sleeves, dude. I mean, that's a missed opportunity. Let's be honest with. We're talking about Scarlett Johansson here. Don't you want to get as many photo opportunities on that record as possible?
Well, it's like
sorry, I'm just saying.
It's 2008 Scarlett Johansson, so I don't,
Okay.
So she hadn't done any of the thing people associated her. Again, to me, she's just that 18-year-old, 17-year-old girl doing Ghost World. So growing up, I was like, oh,
got it.
Steve Buscemi making a fool of himself. And
I didn't know it was 2008, guys. I'm sorry. I strike my comment from the record.
Whoa.
All right. Well, you guys want to jump into a little bit of this or that? I spent so much time on this. I would just love to get to this. Show that. Yeah, hold on. Let me show that. I want to see that. Show that close up.
What is that? Can you tell me what it is then?
I don't know, but it's cool. Is that the actual? Is that like a picture disc, or is that just the cover?
No, it's the picture disc.
That is awesome.
But what is that?
I don't know, dude. It's abstract. It's very 60s.
It's a leaf or some sort.
It's a picture of Scarlett Johansson singing.
My favorite Jewish actress.
Is Bluey like all the little kids rage now? Is that what that's about?
Yeah. Definitely.
Everybody, thank you. Everybody in chat, thank you for being here. Appreciate you more than you know. See you guys next time.
And that was another trip around the turntable. Thanks for listening to Vinyl Community Podcasts.